Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Wallworld 2. It is I guess I'm going to call it more of an incremental roguelike, but also Dome Keeper, but up, but also horizontal now. It's a lot of things, but I really enjoyed Wallworld 1, and now that Wallworld 2 is finally coming out on Steam tomorrow, I figured I'd dive right in. We are a solid wabbo, and let's start a new game. Previously on Wallworld, interesting if we want to do a recap. I'm fine, we're going to do a new game and see where this lands us. I played the demo for this a little while ago. Had a lot of fun. Looks like we're going to be repeating it, but that's okay. All right, last mine for today. It'll let me actually move. There we go. Enter the mine. Is there a way to, like, skip? Nah, beans. Disconnect from the spider. At least I know what I'm doing. But yeah, if you've ever seen Dome Keeper, but you wanted it to be a little bit more roguelite-y, that is Wallworld. I know a lot of people instantly are like, oh, it's just a shameless copy, and the answer is like, it does enough different that I've never felt. For me, shameless copies are games that I feel no compunction to play. Go back and play the original or to play the new one. A less shameless copy is one where it takes inspiration, but does not duplicate every single aspect of it in an identical fashion, if that makes sense. And so for me, this one, yeah, it does quite a lot that is different. I mean, namely, even just introducing extensive incremental meta progression makes a massive difference for me. And so I'm perfectly happy to play both. Speaking of, did Dome Keeper get 4-player multiplayer yet? It's actually something I've been really looking forward to, but I haven't seen. One way or another. But yeah, the big focus on this one is obviously raiding these horizontal caves for resources. The little sparklies that are coming out it's functionally money that I get to keep and use on perpetual upgrades. I guess my inventory is full, so I should probably grab a little bit more. And I don't remember if I get to keep any of my resources. I don't think I do, so there's not really much of a reason for me to be hasty. Let's see, drilling efficiency. Yeah, let's go for that. Some movement speed would be nice, but I don't have enough juice for it. But yeah, drilling efficiency is going to make this go a little faster. I was hoping I keep this currency at the very least. But I think the prologue is completely standalone, which is a downer because I was hoping to get a leg up for the start. Unless they changed it. There's a possibility, and so I'm going to mine everything just in case it gives me extra cash. But I think we pretty much have to bail. And that is okay. Yeah, what else is there to say? Unfortunately, this is the classic issue that I have with games that I've played before, is that I don't have as much to be like, ooh, this is new. This is actually familiar. It's more of the process, so I can immediately go into that stream of consciousness, but I feel like I should be talking about something meaningful. It's weird, but it's fine. I think games like this are my comfort food. The digging, the mining. And the knowing that, like, every run that I do, I start stronger. I do find a lot of roguelites to be maybe a little bit too grindy or too focused on the meta progression, or, like, it's actually a really good roguelike, but the meta progression kind of ruins it. All of these are valid, and I have encountered kind of all walks of that. And then there's the reverse, where it's a roguelite where you have to grind a ton before it actually even becomes fun or playable or anything like that. That one's always kind of an agony. And so Wallworld 1 was kind of the perfect mix of, like, incremental roguelite progression comboed with incremental roguelite progression with speedrun strats. Like, I really love roguelikes that actively encourage speedrun tactics as, like, their primary means of gameplay. And so, you know, optimizing your run as best as possible so you can get in, grab as much as you can, get out before things get bad. Or just make as much, you know, money and meta progression as you can. Let's see, we've got a drone system. It wants me to leave the mine. Yeah, 20% movement speed in the mine. Let's go for that. I know it probably wants me to leave, but I'm going to be silly and finish looting this place just in case they changed it. Just in case they took my feedback and said, yeah, actually, let's let them keep their meta progression resources from this at the very least. I'm not betting on it. But you never know. And I will be ridiculous as part of that. Let's see. But so yeah, at least for Wall World 1, there was kind of that constant feel of like, I need to optimize my run just that little bit more, get a little bit more resources this time. And by doing so, you know, I'll make it that much further the next time, and the next time, and the next time after that. And it just felt very satisfying, getting the process down and getting all the meta progression options and really, like, speeding through some of the caves that originally took forever. You know, that mine took, you know, a little bit to finish grabbing everything from. Let's see. So we have the drone system. What else can we do? Oh, we don't actually have any upgrades for me. Ben, do you copy? This is urgent. Get back to town immediately. We have an emergency. Copy that. What happened? Zyric's activity has increased. They've launched a massive attack on the town. There are too many of them. We can't hold them back. Roger. Roger that. I'm on my way. Don't waste a second. We really need your help. Oh, I adore the fact that snow had collected on this thing. Spread, reload speed. Go for those two. The spread is kind of useful. Okay, I'm going to shoot straight up because I do not know if there's going to be anything in my way, and I'd rather be able to clear everything from my path. Now, I think this was the town... Oh. Yeah, this is the kind of town you founded at the end of Wall World 1. And then this was the boss of Wall World's DLC, which I actually still haven't finished. And probably should someday. The situation is getting worse. The sensors on the wall are going off non-stop. Part of the swarm is distracted by patrols. This will buy us some time to build fortifications. Think they'll go into the city? I'm sure of it. Then I better go back and help the boys. Wait, I have a request for you. What the... Well, rip everybody else. Rip the boys. Escape. Okay, I'm pretty sure we cannot eat the maw. So I'm not even gonna bother. It looks like there's a lot of these tentacles that are absolutely wrecking the other dome cities on this side of the wall. Oh, they took my drone away. Rude. He's attacking with the beam. Hurry, we need to dash. Shift upwards. Got it. Okay, there we go. Nothing to worry about. I do not know what happens when you lose this. I think they might have actually made the prologue escape fight much easier. It felt a lot more punishing the last time. But maybe that's just me. Giant sword. I'm trying to remember how many of these details, the giant sword in the wall and whatnot, actually were. There we go. Avoid. We were not hitting that upper pustule as much as I wanted to. But we also didn't take too much damage from that. We barely escaped. Oh, we barely escaped. Sooner or later, they'll break through here, too. You have a plan already? A cloaking device. It'll help hide us from their sensors. Then why haven't we used it before? Unfortunately, we don't have the necessary technologies yet. What if we use what's left of the white spider? Might there be something suitable in it? It might work. We can't break through their swarm. Let's use my transporter. It'll be safer to go by air. But there's a catch. We have to remove all the upgrades from the spider. We won't even be able to take off with all the excess weight. You kidding? And lose everything I've collected? Yes, you'll have to get rid of it all. You won't be able to get these upgrades back. Make up your mind or it will be easy pickings when the Zyrex break through. Alright. I'm ready. Let's try. Go to the map. This is the global map. You can use it to go on missions. I think this is cool. So previously everything was just on one giant map. This is the horizontal band that we found earlier, which is kind of neat, actually. That was like the first bit of horizontal land these people had ever seen, and it had been protected by, I think, that base prior, and the Zyrex and some other things. Well, found the white spider remains. Found the white spider's carcass. Excellent. Dock to the cave and I'll send the drones to collect the materials. Check the pilot suit. There should be an access code there. I can't believe they just left this here. You know, if I were in this situation, I 100% would have probably gone to grab these. God, the pixel art. Aloar has always had an incredibly good pixel art. Nope, can't do anything with that. Oh, there's the helmet. White Spider access codes allow you to bypass the software security system. Come in, I have the access codes. Roger that, I've just finished the White Spider. Shall I dispatch the transporter? Wait, I want to look at a couple more spots. Okay. Zeus, his body was here, the white exosuit is gone. You sure? Maybe someone dragged him away, or he walked off. Dead don't walk, Jill. Yeah, so we didn't get to keep any of our meta progression, I think. It would have been nice to keep the currency at the very least. And then am I just free to explore and do whatever? Looks like it. But yeah, so previously Wall World was purely just like on the up and down. There was no exploration, there were no side missions or anything like that. This, on the other hand, is gorgeous, but yeah, more mission-based. Wall World 2, as you move horizontal, which I actually thought was going to be like much more of this game, that we'd be going inside the wall. But then we immediately go back to vertical missions, and that's okay. I just adore looking at this. Like, it's very painterly, despite the fact that it is technically pixel art. I don't know how you make these look so seamless. I mean, I do. It's just a lot of work. And layering and other things. Can't go any further. The roots are blocking the path. I should find something to cut through them. What the? Just saw someone. Ben, come in. We've got to get going. The swarm has spotted us and is already close. We only have a couple of minutes. Jill, I'm in the hole. You won't believe it. There's someone in it. People. There's no time for this now. Get to the exit. I'm close. What were you looking for in the hole? I couldn't help it. My grandpa had been there, and the white spider was guarding it. I wanted to understand something. Well, the main thing is you're okay. Thanks. By the way, why didn't you just send the drones to get the parts? I wasn't really needed there. Good question, and I have the answer. I can't see the white spider. What do you mean? Just that, my sensors can't spot it, even with your coordinates. Without a signal, drones are blind. Is that the cloaking we need? Something like that. Plus, I suspect that the monsters are having some difficulty detecting it too. I'm gonna figure out how it works. Please do something useful while I work. I think this was one of those where, like there was a group of people that had higher technology that were kind of limiting things. Customer, come in quick. If I'd known I'd see a customer, I would have gotten something else out of storage. Oh well, there's always next time. What do you sell? Upgrades to suits for our hard-working diggers toiling in inhumane conditions. Buy an upgrade. Well, alas, oh no, we do have just enough money for this one. All items purchased in the store will stay with you forever and will be active every time you deploy to the wall. Great choice. Come back and check for new arrivals. So, extra vacuum capacity, automatic weapon for the wall digger. Oh, so that's damage for shooting things, because yeah, you actually fight stuff in the wall now. Run on horizontal surfaces, and wall digger speed. All of which are pretty good. Oh, new guy. Weren't you the one that raced the Leviathan? The very same. In that case, the first drink's on me. That was mighty exciting. Open the bar menu. So, damage, 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 damage. Pick up the menu and choose a drink for the next mission. Drinks last for one mission, provide bonuses. Oh, well, I have exactly 500, so sure. I'll grab an acid shot. So, damage, defense, speed, and resources. I maybe should have actually looked at some of these other options, but it's fine. Drinks you've had are displayed up to here. You can have 2 drinks per deployment, and they're non-refundable. That's fine. Yeah, I like this system so far. I think I mean, obviously more meta progression, but I think they also had a little bit more roguelite mechanics as well. Well, how's it going? Brilliant, everything's ready, spick and span. So, I clearly have good news and bad. Where do I start? I like it when you say positive things. Let's start with the bad news. You can still only equip the spider with a machine gun, but this compromise will allow you to take it to different areas of the wall, which leaves me practically defenseless. What's the good news? You know, change spider modules to suit your needs. Try it. Yeah, so we can now name our spider. What is our spider? Okay. So, now change your legs and body. Unlock new modules, customize your robot to fit your playstyle. Also add an evacuation protocol so the transporter can find you anywhere. But you'll need to activate the beacon and wait for the transporter. What? Cloaking is a bit useless when you have a working beacon, so be prepared to fight back until the transporter arrives. That's not everything, but you can figure out the details as you go. I can't wait. Okay, well we can't do anything else, so this is what I got. What missions do we have? Rusty Belt and the Hole. Well, we can't go to the Hole, so we're going to the Rusty Belt. So, Zyrex Activity Bar and Research Bar. Yeah, so they have a much more like mission structure here, and I think that is extremely, extremely cool. Looks like the game gets pretty expansive too, which is nice. I don't know, just having more wall world, but not just exactly the same. So this is the Leviathan bar. Keep an eye on it. It shows the time until the next attack in the spider. When the bar reaches one of the marks, the swarm attack will begin. When the bar is completely full, the Leviathan will appear. Enemies will not wait for you to get out of the mine. Okay, so we just want to grab as much as we possibly can. Ah, the old cheddar rock. Nice and soft, easy to punch through. I guess I should probably be going for blue rather than as much meta progression currency as I can get my hands on. Yeah, find 50 resources. Is that all I'm doing? And that's an easy mission to have. Right. And we always want to shoot kind of for the middle for some of these, if we can. There we go. just because it reveals the most. I don't remember if we ever get to increase our vision radius. Okay, this should be enough. 8 upgrades. We want to grab drilling efficiency. And we got plenty of time before an attack. Yeah, this is going to go much faster with that extra efficiency. Let's see, what else is there to even say about any of this? I don't know, just having a good time. I like the changes that they've made. What's a good example? Oh, kind of, Rogue Legacy 2 did this, where they went for a much more, like, broad and explorable feeling, rather than just remaking the wheel. I'll have to sit down and actually, like, do a video on this, or something. Where I go back and actually put some time into specifically roguelike sequels. You know, a couple of years ago, roguelike sequels were pretty much not a thing. There were a handful of them at most. And there we go. Grab those. Definitely want to upgrade my tank at some point. So is this? Chance to get resources from any block. When a block is destroyed, adjacent blocks lose 10% of the durability. Both of those are actually pretty good. I think I'm just going to go for the extra movement speed for now. It looks like we've got plenty of time. I just have to sit up in my chair. There we go. Okay. But what was I going to say just in terms of roguelike sequels? Well, I mean, years ago, yeah, there were no sequels. The only roguelike sequel that really existed was Binding of Isaac Rebirth, because it was like one of the first roguelikes. And then, you know, we get Risk of Rain 2, we get Rogue Legacy 2, we get Hades 2, we get Wallworld 2, we get... Oh, there's definitely some other ones I'm forgetting about. I'd Slay the Spire 2, though that's not out yet. Trying to think of other good examples of roguelike sequels that have been good and memorable. Oh, Monster Train 2. Monster Train 2 was good stuff. That was definitely more, but also just like dramatically better. I think it got a big update recently. I should double check that. Because that is one of the few roguelikes that I think I will always go out of my way to play more of. There's a lot, like Hades 2, where I'm just kind of over it before it's even out. And I feel bad about that, because Hades is good. But it's just not worth my time. I don't know if that's the phrase I'd use. I just don't have the same joy playing Hades 2 that I got from playing Hades 1 for the first time. Though admittedly, some amount of that was also very much Stockholm Syndrome. Early Hades 2 was miserable. I don't know how many of you played it when it first launched on Epic, but it was fun. It was hard in a way that, like, good luck winning, sucker. And so I think I burnt myself out on Hades doing that, and now I just have not had much desire to go back and play more. Stuff like Risk of Rain 2, I think it's easier for me to get into because it's a completely different game and experience. It'll never happen, but I really wish we get a Tower of Guns too. I know that's what Mother Gunship was kind of supposed to be, but it didn't have much for boss fights or replay value. It's a good time, though. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't actually be going out of my way to break every rock in these locations. Even though that's good meta progression, we are pretty weak here. Okay, this mine's much larger and has enemies in it. Okay, let's just take all of these back. Good timing. So what do we want to do? I have just enough to buy machine gun fire rate, damage from every bullet. Go for the damage from every bullet, since that's a little bit more. Okay. Get rid of the crawlers. Just because they're going to be the biggest issue. Yeah, eventually we get the ability to make this thing faster. That worked out. Okay, do we have anything else I can buy? Chance to get resources from any block. I'm going to go for that one. Just because now there's kind of a reason for me to mine all of these. Kind of. Just in the off chance it's something useful. Okay. Anything else, or are we kind of at the edge of it? At a 10% chance. Not proccing so far. I was hoping for more from it, but alas. Oh, there's a little bit more. Yeah, let's break the rest of these. There's an emerald. I'm assuming it's emerald. I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific name convention for any of these things. Okay. We've got a bunch of enemies over here, which we kind of want to kill. I think there is merit to doing so. Okay, keep their distance, they can kill you. But luckily these things are nothing. They don't give me anything. Shame. I was hoping it would. Okay, let's go back to the dig ship for a second. I just noticed the background is like fossils and wings and stuff. That's fun. Let's see, movement speed of the mine. I'd like better drilling efficiency. Oh, because that's a lot. Alright, yeah, we got plenty of time. I don't actually know if the extra movement speed is really that good. It feels nice, at the very least. Okay. I guess what I should probably do is grab these two. That might be enough for an upgrade. I forget if it was 16 or what. Yes. Because yeah, having the ability to mine just that much faster is going to be huge in here. Especially if we're fighting stuff. I'm going to leave that. We can drag that over later. I don't actually know how many things we need to fight in this mine. But yeah, the more sparkly resources we have, the more meta progression we have. The more meta progression we have, the more upgrades we get, the easier the next run's going to be. It's the same casual loop. I don't know. I had a conversation with Alexa the other day. I was just randomly in town, so we're hanging out chatting. He was recommending like a kind of hard roguelite deck builder, and I was just like, I don't know, there's just something about me right now that doesn't vibe with hard games. I don't actually, okay, I don't know if that's exactly true. I don't vibe with hard games that have no choice but to be hard the whole way through. I don't mind hard games where you're constantly getting stronger, so even if you lose, you come back more powerful the next time around. You know, if I want to play something that is like legitimately challenging, it has to either be forgiving or it has to be something, once again, like Monster Train, where it's freaking hard, but if you know how to break the game, it's the easiest thing ever. As that just makes for a much more joyous experience in my book. Maybe not, like, necessarily the most challenging always, but I don't know, I want to have fun. I want to have, like, a good time, or at least I want to have a pleasant time. You know, so many games, especially post Dark Souls, have kind of committed to this whole idea of everything needs to be brutal and punishing all the time. And I've kind of lost my taste for it. That if I want something to be, like, hard, I want it to be something that is hard in a way that I can either overcome it with some effort or overcome it with friends. I'm just going to leave those down. Yeah. Start extraction. Well, I could do that, but we don't need to. I think for starters, buy some gun upgrades. Time to test the extraction that Jill spoke of. Call for extraction. I kind of don't want to. Like, the thing is, no point in calling for extraction. There we go. No point in calling for extraction, at least for a little bit. We're doing fine. Does depend a little bit on what kind of badniks start showing up and coming after me. Okay, kill those guys. I take a couple of hits here, but it's not many. If you wonder why I specifically kind of hop out and start moving around, these shooters have a much harder time hitting me. Now, I guess there is something to be said about potentially using the meta progression that I've got. Using the meta progression I got to get a couple of upgrades so that the next run is faster. That's tough. At the very least, I'm going to finish this mine to completion. We've got plenty of time before the next wave hits. I should be able to clear it out completely, and we've got enough upgrades that I should be able to get a decent amount of chunks, hopefully. Let's see, what was I going to say about anything? I don't know, just casual fun times versus hard games versus not. And I think part of this also it comes from me having to do like live commentary over everything, that if I'm commentating over a game, I kind of want it to be easier because an amount of my like focus and effort is just on the commentary itself. Let's see, I have 13. Should be enough for some kind of upgrade, maybe. Okay. There we go. So what do we got here? Chance of dropping an additional thing? Otherwise we could go plasma drill range. That's not huge. 25 drill efficiency would be nice. Yeah, I think we just go for the drill efficiency. Well, I don't know. I was just hoping to get this up into the, like, the 3000s, give or take. Just because. But yeah, if I'm going to be doing live commentary over anything, I want it to be somewhat easier so I can focus on the commentary. I remember trying to do a live series on Silk Song and being just frustrated because I'd have to, like, be quiet for long periods of time. And that just feels bad. You know, with enough, like, practice and effort, I wouldn't have to. I'd be okay. I'd be okay to talk over anything within a single game. And, like, I'm still pretty good at doing running commentary even when my brain is, like, running on 2 or 3 parallel tracks. But it's still tricky. Okay, so we're gonna have at least one more invasion before they get to me, but that's fine. Once again, we're just trying to get as much as we possibly can out of this mine. Meta progression wise, was there more down here? There was. I like the 10% chance to just get a resource mining any block. That's kind of nice. I don't remember those green upgrades being there previously, but I appreciate their existence. Because they actually seem like some of the more interesting upgrades to grab, or at least like, you know, it's expensive enough that you can only afford a couple of them, but they're useful enough that you actually kind of want multiple of them. Dang, even with the extra efficiency, this is still glacial. The other thing is there is always the possibility that we find like a blueprint in one of these. So I think, I don't know if blueprints would be this early. But you can find blueprints for meta progression. Yeah, let's just go back. No sense getting caught out for no reason. I do wonder what happens if you lose. Like, do you actually lose much for meta progression? Okay, do we want to do reduced bullet spread? Damage from every bullet, more rotation speed. Let's go for the reduced spread. Give me that ammo. Chance to do crits. Bullets are drawn to nearby enemies within a short range. That's, like I said, really good. Yeah, so those are kind of reward upgrades for if you're not healing much. Alright. I'll take out the guy above me if I can. If there is one above me. Okay, we're good. See, now we're starting to take some damage. There's nobody below, surprisingly. I'll take the damage. Okay, so let's finish this up. I don't think I'm going to go above the cloud wall. I don't think we benefit from that too deeply. I just figure if I'm going to be here, I might as well grab what resources I can. Even if the blue and the green resources are completely lost, it's mostly a want to get as much sparkly as we can. Whatever you want to call that. Dust? Spice? Glitter? Shinies? More shinies. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, sadly these blueprints don't actually carry over with me, but I also recognize that would be difficult to balance if you could actually keep anything. Well, let's see how good this one is, but I think I'm probably just going to hit the extraction and get out of here. Because there's a lot of cool upgrades in the meta progression that I'd like to afford that I'm going to need money for. Plus, so many more missions to complete. Barrage mortar. Interesting. I don't know how you use it. Yeah, extra mine. I wonder if it's something that shows up. Let's go for just both of those. And call for extraction. Yeah, so the barrage mortar are free mines that we get to put out at the beginning. And they'll do a bunch of damage to whatever they hit, which is actually really good. Because it more or less means that the melee enemies have considerably less that they can do to me. Okay. Got rid of the spawner. Now we need to kill this guy. Kill these things before they can get at me. Oh, it's a big shotgun. It's fine. We're out of here. Oh, I'm still taking damage. Oh. Cool that it's got a big laser, but, ouch. Yeah, so note to self, that was like half my health. Okay, did not defeat the Leviathan, didn't find anything else. So upgrade and resources. Resources left. Alright. Please tell me I got to keep the rest of the shinies too. Yeah, so yes, we did. Cool. From now on, the wall is at your disposal. Upgrade your spider and exosuit and take on jobs in the bar. Set it to explore the wall, moving deeper and deeper inward to unravel its secrets. So it restores the wall digger's HP. Oh, but that's my HP. Homing missile, which is very good. And a quick dash up and down. Very good, though we don't have whatever that is. So let's go see about upgrades here first. Okay, great idea for an even greater greater weapon design recently. Just in time, the mines are teeming with Zyrex, and the cutter just doesn't cut it. Be nice to get a fresh alternative. What I call brilliant customer focus. You give me dust, I give you the weapon. Alright, there's a wall of capitalism between me and the weapon. Okay, so we got the honey badger, we also have jet boots. Run on horizontal surfaces. Let's see, wall digger speed, honey badger, what else do we have? Wall digger health. Defense circuit blocks all damage to the wall digger until its charge is depleted. Stores energy over time. So we have a foam cannon. Durable foam blocks. No, I don't think I need that. Yeah, I'll grab the honey badger. So we actually want to hoard green resources. I think still going for the 10 is good. The one upgrade that has a 10% chance of dropping random resources, because it got me a lot of green. But after that, we might want to hoard it. What you looking at? Came to gloat my grief? No, I just thought you might need some help. Only if you can pull my lost cat out of nowhere, which I highly doubt. I've only seen cats in the books. Me too, I built a drone that looked like a cat, now this catbot just wanders around day and night, who knows where. But every morning he wakes up, and his servo's purring into my ear. The bastard, he's practically family. Books say they love to roam free. Yeah, silly thing climbed into some mine and I lost the signal. You often dig around in the mines. Can you check this one? I'll give you the blueprints. Okay, send me the coordinates. Okay, defense, speed, so we have a side quest that we can do. Vacuum capacity, some of these are extremely good. But I can't afford them, so we're just going to go for the extra damage. Oh, Misty Slope. Side quests are marked here. You can go there anytime. Side quests are optional. Saving the catbot. Difficulty is insane. I think I might leave that for a moment. Destroy the Zyrex incubators. Sure. So yeah, sticking around in the mines, good and bad. Good because it turns out we need a lot of green and other resources. The blue stuff not so much so, but green is something we want to hoard, apparently. Okay, we have a cloud. Is that a cloud wall? No, it's just a cloud. I'm not finding anything down here. That sucks. Because I don't want to waste a bunch of time, but I suppose I'm going to have to. And as a kid, I was messing around with animation. I never got like deep into it, but I actually made a spider bot that looks like a lot like this thing. Right, I have the new weapon. Now I got to try it out and get the hang of it. So swap weapons with control. We have the honey badger. But the honey badger is not meant for destroying these. Frankly, I'm not going to be putting too much effort into stuff like the honey badger. At least not yet. Once the enemies get tougher, maybe. But at least right now, I want all of my effort and money and resources and everything to be put largely into boosting the cutter. Okay. Because the cutter does a fine amount of damage to these guys. Though I should probably try the honey badger on them. Because it might actually be better than I think it is. Okay. Yeah, so we've got these vents here. I wonder if the foam cannon would let me block them in. Probably not. There we go. Tons of resources just waiting here for me. It's not perfect, but it'll be good enough. Hopefully at some point we get a choice on these. Aerial mines. Producing aerial mines that fill the air. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay. Do I go for the movement speed? Yeah. It's not a huge boon, but it's still nice. Okay. I do really appreciate that there is a greater sense of risk going into mines now. Mainly from the perspective of, like, I don't know, it just feels... Wow. Okay, here we go. It's a cool looking plant. And we've got Mace Thrower, a robospider weapon that launches a massive mace. When pressed again, in flight, it deploys laser spikes that deal damage. The mace then returns. Sounds awesome. Now, unfortunately, only lasts for the run, but hey, I haven't put any upgrades into my machine gun, so I think I'm just going to go laser mace today. Or at least for this run. And this is a nice small region to clear out. Okay, new weapon, try out. Yeah, that should be pretty fun. That's going to be really good against groups of enemies. Presumably. Dang, they really put a lot of these kind of far apart from each other. Oh, that's okay. And one of the meta progression options that I hope we can get access to, that I really adored from the previous game, was just when you first start the mine, it fires like a rocket into it and it blasts out like a huge chunk of it. Just a nice early boost. Time saver kind of dealio. Okay, a lot of enemies in here. Hey, another blueprint. We like those. Mostly. The one problem with blueprints like that... Let's see. Is it's something else for me to invest into, but hey, the more we can get, the better. Some of them might actually be useful in the mines, though I think most of them are combat focused. For obvious reasons. There we go. Snag that. Not that my resources get destroyed or anything. Let's see if this is a route back. It is not. Okay, yeah. I'm just clever with my placement of these. We can get it to... Let's see, we have resource radar. That's useful. E, and then F. There we go. Okay, we have robospider upgrades, but not many. Aerial mines. Damage plus 300. Gun rotation speed. Projectile flight speed and area of effect. I just want to upgrade this because we're about to have a group. I like that resource radar. That's going to be extremely nice. Okay, how much for B6? I think I want to go for the drilling efficiency. Oh, that rotation speed is so good. Okay, maybe I didn't need to go that far. Eventually we get a shield, and that's extremely nice. Yeah, honestly, maybe I actually would have been better off hanging out, because my aerial mines weren't helping me there. But it's okay, I love that maze. That was one thing that I kind of ran into, at least with original... Okay, incubators are the source of Zyrex in the mine every few seconds. Zyrex appears from them. Okay, the honey badger is quite good. At least better than the beam for taking these guys out. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of hang out here. Ideally, kill that nest. There we go. Yeah, the problem is they keep spawning. I'll have to see about upgrades or better guns or something. I do wonder if the better plasma cutter... Okay. Oh, so that's how we get that resource. It's from destroying the nests. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna want to upgrade this thing a little bit. It's useful. Alright, I did actually buy the defensive shield. Supposedly comes back over time. I'm going to put that there just so I can actually pile some shots down the hallway to hit these guys. Yeah, the problem is all three nests are kind of in the same general vicinity. Now that might immediately put us... Oh, no. Hasn't yet. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was immediately going to put us into an incursion group. Okay. I'm going to leave the last one for a second. Let's just grab some resources in the area. Music got better? I don't know how to put it. It's very chill. There we go. We get plenty of time. And I'm actually really digging these mines as well. So what else do we have? Resource radar. Trigger frequency, area of effect, highlight mode. Better size, reload speed. I think I'm going to start with those. Okay, this thing is actually insane. If I could have that plus the mine, yeah, if I could have that plus the plasma mines, it'd be really difficult for regular waves to get at me at the very least. Okay, just park ourselves here. Yeah, we're in a nice, comfortable spot. We can just... Yeah, how much does that jump up? Manageables. Okay. Oh, grab that. So it wants me to start the extraction. Here's the thing. We want to get a lot more green. Like, I'm kind of the opinion, well, I don't know. Yeah, how much green do I want? It seems like 7 or 10 might be kind of good. As my... Let's see, 7 or 10 might be good as like a benchmark to aim for. Okay, anything else? Nope. Unfortunately, not the most forthcoming with the green resources here. And I'll have to figure out what I want to do for the Zyrex incubators when I'm in the mine. At least when I'm playing normally. Here's all the emeralds. Okay, stay away from that. And we've got another group there. Go for this. We've got plenty of time. I should probably go back and re-grab some things. I was really hoping there would be a cut over. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot that as I go by. Okay, we've got that whole area too. Let's see. Some movement speed might not be a bad idea. Yeah, do I wanna... What do I want to prioritize here? I mean, honestly, just picking up all the resources in this vicinity, but maybe not investing them. We already do enough damage. And then just getting out while the going is good. I think I just want to grab as much of the green as I can. Let's see. I wonder if there's ever going to be an upgrade that makes regular mobs drop resources. Probably not. It would make it too easy to farm them. Okay, going back. A little bit more movement speed on this guy might be a good idea. I like my aerial mines, but they're not amazing. Yeah, I could get some upgrades. But I think this is fine. Did I clear this area out? No, I did not. Maybe they do connect. Just in a really circuitous manner. No, it doesn't look like it. You always gotta check, just in case. Okay. Got a little bit left. Nope. I can hope. Certainly makes my life easier if it connects. Yeah, the interesting part is because this is limited to a much more like mission-based structure. My shields come back. I'm not as motivated to go for upgrades, especially if I know I get like a boon for hoarding resources. Because, yeah, why should I buy any upgrades, especially when I'm about to leave, and I know it just gets me currency. It would be nice if it was one of those that it instead judged you based on how much you just collected over the course of a run, because then there's none of that, you know, question of do I hoard these resources or do I keep rolling? This might actually just be the end of it. Really wish I could actually, like, barf resources out. Yeah, so this is the unfortunate question of, do I go back for 5 blue? I think I do. Chemical trace. 3 seconds, drops chemical pellets that break blocks on impact. Well, that's nice. And other thing is, like, there are going to be... Yeah, let's just grab the 5 blue and then probably just bail. Nope. Other direction. Oh, shouldn't I have 3 of that nest resource? I might want to go back and double check them. Make sure I didn't leave one behind, because I should have gotten 3, not 2, unless they don't have a 100% chance of dropping them. Or one of them somehow got destroyed. Wouldn't be the first time. Nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, no, nothing. Oh, I can also hot swap my guns with Z and X. That's useful. Okay, X of the mine. Oh, let's just trigger extraction. It's a good time. Do I actually want any of these? No. I think I'm fine without them. Spider's barely taken any damage. Okay. This is why I'm sad to end this run, though. Because this mace is so good. Yeah, it can try and hold me in place, but it does not matter. Yeah, so let's see how much meta progression I get per Gershon for having all this stuff. God, I love this mace. It's so good. If I could have this as a starting weapon, I'd be the happiest camper ever. Ooh, what is that thing? I don't know, it dies. Take that, weird loop. Alright, so... yeah, having just a ton of resources sitting around is good. Having a ton of relics and weapons also is extremely good. Oh, it does... okay, no, it does actually include how many upgrades I have. But only for the regular resources. It might not count the greens. Because, yeah, let's see how much green resource... how much of the green resource I have sitting around. 13. Yeah, so, okay. So it more or less gives me money equal to the amount of blue, but none of the green. Monsters inside the wall are certainly an unpleasant surprise, but they may be the solution to all our problems. How exactly? Certain parts of their bodies are incredibly strong and fusible, almost like metal, but very, very light at the same time. You planning on melting down monsters and turning them into technological upgrades? This would solve the carrying capacity problem of the new spider. We'd be able to add new parts without fear of exceeding the limit. Just collect biomaterial and bring it to me so I can make spider upgrades. Someone was asking for you at the bar. Looks like there's a new job. So what does this one give me? Oracle shell. Higher durability? Anything else? So that's expensive, but would give me a bunch of speed. Classified. Well, let's leave that for later. See what we've got at the bar first. Probably just telling me about that guy. So I could actually buy some upgrades. The problem is, while they're good, they're better if I'm going for a longer run, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet. So wall digger speed, vacuum cleaner capacity, but that requires a resource I don't have. This increases the damage on it, which is extremely good. Okay, that's the shield. Wall digger health, foam cannon. And the rest of this is classified. Do I have anything else? No. So there's the movement speed. Jet boots. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I guess we do have a bunch of resources that I can spend on stuff. Because, yeah, we could go for something like this. 15% chance to get an extra resource is good. Movement speed by 30%. Damage by 40%. The hero only returning deployment. Does damage affect digging? Does it affect my spider? Does it affect my gun when I'm shooting Zyrex in the mines? I have no idea. The movement speed is also extremely tempting. I think I'd still want extra resources. One way or another, I'm going to leave all of this for next time. For now, I guess I might as well mention that Wall World 2 is going to be available on Steam tomorrow, so if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. I'll do another video on this. I love this game and I want to play more of it, but for now, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.